Hi, everybody. This is Robert Hardy coming to you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited about tonight's topic because we're going to get into a new topic tonight. If you miss in my videos from the last couple of nights, we went through a great poem called Thinking, and I enjoy doing that one. So tonight, I figured since I had so much fun doing that one poem that I love. I love these. I like poems, that's one of my favorite poems that we did. The one on thinking. So I figured I would do another one. I'll start another series and do another poem. This one is called "Our Greatest Fear." This one is actually an excerpt from a book, and I think that I don't remember who wrote it. I have to look it up to see to refresh my memory who wrote this book. But anyways, um, so we're gonna go through this again, and just like the last poem, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read through it, and then we're gonna go back and take it line by line and talk about it line by line. So we're gonna do that. So, but again, this is Robert Harley, and this is the Excelia Live Show, and I'm so grateful. We're gonna talk about our greatest fear. That's our topic for. It's gonna be our topic for the next few days, actually, at least. It will take me about 2 to 3 days, maybe 4 days to go through this poem. Uh, so here we go. Oh, I should have typed out for you guys. Tomorrow night I'll try to type it out so you guys can follow along. I forgot about that. I forgot to type it out. I just thought of it. Anyway, tomorrow night I'll try to remember to type it out so you guys could follow along as I'm reading it. So our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. You playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people around you won't, no, so other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people the permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our present automatically liberates others. Okay, so tomorrow night I'm going to try to remember to type it up for you guys so you guys can follow along with me. But tonight, let's take this line by line and talk about it. This is another very powerful poem. I have a lot of truth, a lot of depth to it, a lot of things you can stop and ponder on and think about. You know, there's a saying there's a saying in the Bible. I think it's in the Hebrew language called Selah. The Selah, however you want to pronounce it. But the name of the meaning of that word, it says Selah. It means stop and think about that. So when you hear something, you stop and think about it. All right. So then that's what that word means, Selah. Stop and think about that. Stop for a moment and just think about what you just read. And that's this kind of poem that have that kind of thing. On the certain parts of it, it can have the word Selah on after it, because it's you have to stop and think about that. Stop and think about that. Selah. Okay. So, anyways, our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Let's talk about that for a moment here. Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. And that's one of the fears that hold people's back. They think that they're not good enough. They're inadequate. They don't have what it takes. That's a fear that holds people back. They think that they're inadequate. They just don't have what it takes. They don't have the right equipment. They don't have the right connection. They don't have the right know-how. They don't have they don't feel adequate enough to pursue their goals and dreams. They don't think they're worthy enough to pursue their goals and dreams. So she's saying here it's our greatest fear is not that we're inadequate. No, I know she's saying it's not that we are inadequate, but I'm just saying that I'm kind of taking that one line and show it and kind of saying that that's one of the fears that holds people back, is that people don't think or they do think that they are inadequate. They just don't measure up. They just don't have what it takes to be successful, to live the life that they know they deserve, or they live the life of they see someone who's rich and successful, rich and famous people living live fancy house, driving the fancy cars, and living up the lifestyle that a lot of people in the society don't think that they have what it takes to live that kind of lifestyle, to be that successful, to earn that kind of money. That's and we have to change that kind of mindset. You see, one thing I like about these two poems, this one and another one, it deals a lot with the mindset that we have. And that's what Excel Your Life is. Excel Your Life is all about. It's all about dealing with your mindset, particularly the subconscious mind, where the programmings are, where you have to go in there and change that mindset, change your way of thinking, change the way of how you perceive yourself and the world around you. The mindset is where it's at. So that's where a lot of fears are programmed outside of us. The fear of inadequacy. You just don't think you're adequate enough. You just don't think you have it. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not rich enough. You're not educated enough. You have your own long list of things that you're just not enough of. You feel inadequate. So she's saying here that is, yes, although she's saying yes, our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. But I'm trying to say that's one of the things that hold people back. That's one of the things that is a big issue in people's life. They think that they are inadequate. They are not good enough. They don't have what it takes. So that's one of the things. That's one of the big issues in people's lives. One of the things that we need to deal with and overcome in our own lives. In our lives, is that we need to see ourselves that deserving of our goals and our dreams, deserving of the lifestyle that we have always dreamed of living. We're deserving of it. Okay, if it's I'll be listening to the book The Secret in my car. I'll be listening to the audio version of the book The Secret in my car. I've already read listened to the whole thing, so now I'm listening to it again. It's a CD, the audio CD that I borrowed from the library, and so I already listened to it again, but I'm now going back over it again, listening to it for a second time. But it's not the first time that I listened to it. I've listened to it, many times. So I just borrowed it again a couple weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, from the library. I've listened to it. Now I'm listening to it again. But that's some of the things that they talk about in The Secret. How you have to perceive yourself, how you have to change your mindset. Okay. So the second line now, she said, our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We're powerful beyond measure, and it sometimes when we realize that, it scares us. It scares us. So that's how powerful we are, and that's one of the things I'm getting from the book The Secret. That the authors in the book are the people who speak and are wrote in this book. they're always saying the same thing in a different way. They're just saying how powerful we are, our minds, and how that we attract things into our lives by the law of attraction. The law of attraction is the secret. And now, but knowing how to use the law of attraction to your own advantage is the key. So our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Sometimes when we realize just how powerful we are as human beings, how powerful we are, and how of the fact that we are creators. We are the one who's creating our own world, our own little universe, so to speak. We are creators. The life that you're living right now, you created it. The life that I am living right now, I created it. If you want to change things, you got to change you are the one, and I'm the one who's got to change. We're the one that's got to change. For things to change on the outside, it's gonna first start changing on the inside. That's where the changes starts. It's on the inside, in ourselves, in our head, in our subconscious mind, our conscious mind. Changes starts there, and then it manifests itself on the outside. On the outside, everything always starts and from the within. Success is an inside job. It just manifests itself on outside. Failure is an inside job. It just manifests itself on the outside. Poverty is an inside job. It just then manifests itself on the outside. Being rich is an inside job. It just manifests itself on the outside. It's all starts in here. It's all up here, all in here. How we see ourselves, how we perceive ourselves, or what we believe about ourselves. How we handle the situation or circumstances that comes into our lives. How we handle the perceive. I was just even thinking about this earlier today, and I was thinking, for myself, I was thinking about myself, and again using myself as an example. Over the years, the only reason why over the years I've always struggled financially, and I kind of being a little vulnerable here with you guys, or sharing this with you guys. But over the years, why I've always been struggling financially is all appearing because over the years I've seen, as I look back over my life in the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. As I look back in my life, I see how I've always have a poverty mindset or shortage mindset. Where money is concerned, I'm talking about this is where money is concerned. I always have a poverty mindset or shortage mindset or not enough mindset. I always spend my money with the fear of not having enough, with the fear or with the background subconscious, something inside my subconscious is always having you don't want to spend that because that's too much and you don't have enough for that. Or if you're spending all your money here, then you won't have enough money to spend over here. And those kind of thinking is always bombarded my mind over the years. You don't want to spend too much money over here because they don't want to use up all your money over here because then you're not going to have enough to cover to spend over here, and vice versa. And you don't want to pay this bill because that's too much. You have to pay this other bill first, and you just have that kind of poverty, lack, shortage, scarcity mindset. And that's something I've as I look back over my years, see, this is why I'm going through this personal development and this personal growth, and why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, because I've realized that that's kind of mindset I've had over the years, and I realized that's why I'm getting the results that I'm getting in my life over the years. Always short, living from paycheck to paycheck, always seem to be short on money. And so our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We've got to wake up to realize just how powerful we are as human beings, and what the world we can create for ourselves through the law of attraction, through us waking up to who we are and waking up to the fact that it all starts in here. It's all starts. The power is within. The power of the mind, the power of us changing our lives. Now, I want to touch on something just briefly here because I do talk about a lot how it's all in here and it's all up here and it's all us up to us changing our mindset, changing our way we thinking and everything. And again I could hear someone saying, where's God in all of this? Because I am a Christian. I do believe in God. I do believe in God. I do believe in the Bible and the Word and everything. So I'm not leaving God out of this. I'm not leaving God out of this. I know God has a part to play in this. I know God does have a part to play, but I do also believe that we have a part to play in it too, even at a bigger part, because there's a part in the Bible, there's a verse in the Bible, it said, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Not in other words, what the Apostle Paul was who said, in other words, what he's trying to say, don't leave it all up to God. Don't leave it all up to God. I think it's all God's gonna wave some kind of magic wand over you. It's like, ping, you're all pure, you're all clean, you're sin free, and everything else. You're all perfect. No, God is not gonna do that. God is not that kind of God. That's not the way God does things. He doesn't wave a magic wand over you and just touch you on the head, and then you're all perfect and everything. Work out your own salvation, meaning don't leave it all up to God. You have a part to play. You gotta realize that your part is you working on yourself with the help of God. Yes, God will help you, but there's a part that you have to play. You got to do something. You got to take action. You got to be proactive in transforming your life. A lot of people, especially church, I don't really want to go there and talk about this, but especially church people, we kind of have this kind of laid back, sit back attitude, thinking God will do it all. Oh, just cast it all to God, let God, and God will change me and he'll transform my life and he'll heal me and he'll deliver me and all that kind of stuff. And I do believe in all that. I do believe God will heal you. I do believe God will deliver you when you want to be delivered. I believe God will set you free from certain habits and stuff like that. I do believe all that kind of stuff. But I also believe that you do have a role to play, a part to play in your healing, in your deliverance, in you being set free. I do believe you have a part to play. And a lot of people don't realize that the part that they have to play, they don't realize it, or they're just being in denial. They think that, I don't have anything to do with my healing and my deliverance and my being set free from certain habits and stuff like that. I have nothing to do with it. It's all God. And so they have this kind of attitude. If God doesn't do it, then it's not going to be done. You have the attitude that if God doesn't do it, then it's not going to be done. Because I'm just going to stick to my own habits. I'm going to stick to my old ways. I'm going to stick to my bad habits and my addictions. Because addiction and all that kind of stuff. Because if God's not going to set me free, they're not going to be not going to be set free. Not knowing that they have a role to play. So that's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on people's role, your role that you have to play, right? I'm trying to focus. So yeah, it might seem like I'm leaving God out of the picture. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm actually focusing on your role, my role, and your role that you have to play for you to change your mindset, to change your life, to start getting different results. Is you have to focus on what's my role in all of this? What do I have to do in all of this? Where does my own effort and my own determination comes in all of this? And me determining, I want my life to change. I want to start doing things differently. I want to start getting different results. What's my role in all of this? What do I have to do? Right? And you focus on that. And yes, you still look to God for help. You still look to God for guidance. You still look to God for strength. You still look to God for him to heal you and deliver you, set you free. But you also focus on your role. What's your role? What's your part in all of this? And make sure you do your part. What is it? It said, God would draw nigh to God, and He will draw nigh to you. That's the verse I'm looking for. Draw nigh to God, and He will draw nigh to you. I mean, when you take one step closer to God, He will take 2 steps closer to you. 20 minutes. So 20 minutes into this program, guys. So, so I kind of got off into some things that I didn't intend to get off in talking about about this, but let's go back over those 2 lines again. And before we go on, said our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate, although that is one of the greatest fear that holds people back, is people thinking that they are inadequate. She's saying here, that's not our greatest fear. Although yes, it is a fear in people's life, and some people's lives, that's still not the greatest fear that people have that holds them back. And she said, our greatest fear is that we are more powerful than beyond measure. We are more powerful. In other words, we can say we are more powerful than we realize. We're powerful. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We're so powerful, it scares us. And some people don't want to acknowledge that, and don't. Sometimes even in denial of that. So it is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Sometimes when people see their true potential about what they really can do, sometimes it scares them. When they realize their true potential, when they realize that, hey, this is like something this is beyond even me to believe for myself. It kind of scares them sometimes. Our greatest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most scares us. People are afraid sometimes to shine their light, to be known, to shine their light. I think there's another verse in the Bible that says, man love the darkness rather than the light. Men love darkness rather than the light. I think it's in one of the parables that Jesus was speaking, and one of the messages that he was speaking in. It said, men likes the darkness rather than the light. It is our light that most scares us. It is not our darkness. It is that most frightens us. So anyway, we're gonna stop here. Maybe tomorrow we'll pick up from there again tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm trying to type it out so you guys can follow along with me. And those of you who watch my live, those of you who watch the replay, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you want to know why I'm talking so softly, I was told ahead of time not to speak too loudly, because it's late here and didn't want to disturb the baby and my wife. So she told me, please keep your voice down. So that's why I'm going to talking in this lower voice. But because I don't want to disturb my wife and my baby. So that's why I'm kind of keeping it low key in my voice. Just in case you're wondering why I'm kind of talking like this. But so just kind of being considering, thoughtful with that. Anyway, please again join me tomorrow, and we'll continue this. I love this. This is one of my favorite poems. One of my favorite poems to and the other one that I just did to the thinking one. I love these 2 poems. So we'll go through this one again tomorrow night. Tomorrow I'll try to remember to type it out this time. And I hope you guys got something out of it. I hope I did say something that inspire you, motivate you, move you in some way, shape, or form. I hope you'll be able to walk away from this after watching this video saying I've learned something new, and it's helped me in some way. So just want to say thanks, Rabia. Thanks for watching it, for watching my live video. Again, once before I go, Well, two things before I go. One is I'd like to make a quick announcement that on April 9th, I'm having my second live event, my live event seminar coming up on April 9th at the city library. It's called City Library. It's actually Surrey Central Library, but it is a city library. Anyways, it's going to be at 6:30 to 8:30 in it's in the evening, April 9th. It's a Monday evening. Please come out. Anybody live in my local area in the Greater Vancouver metropolitan area, please come out and support me. Please come out and be part of it. I'd love to see your smiling face there. I'd like to see you in the audience smiling back at me and, give me that little nod to say, yeah, I'm here, Robert. I'm here to support you. You keep going. So just please come out and please support me. I'd greatly, greatly appreciate it. Again, remember, it's April 9th. I think it's just 2 weeks from today. Or from yesterday or Monday, this past Monday. So it's 2 weeks from, I think, if I remember correctly. Anyways, so the second thing now we want to go through our challenge. So this is the challenge for both me and for you. Okay. Let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others argue over small things, but not you. Let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Let others leave their future in someone else's hands, but not you. Let others settle where they are, but not you. Let others stay in their comfort zones, but not you. Let others cry. Let others live their life in fear of the unknown, but not you. Let others let the fear of success and fear of failure holds them back, but not you. Let others be content to add to the wealth of the graveyard, but not you. You be the one to rise up. You be the one to take a stand. You be the one to make changes in your life. You be the one to pursue your goals and your dreams. You be the one. Thank you for joining me. This is Robert Harley, and this is the Excel Your Life Show. Please join me again tomorrow night when we continue talking about our greatest fear, and we'll continue going through this poem. In the meantime, God bless you. You take care of yourself. I love you. Peace.